Good afternoon, everyone. Uh, my name is Arpan Bansal. I am Vice President and lead the government practice in Newgen Software. As part of my role, I am very fortunate to have worked with public sector enterprises, government customers across the globe. And I am doing a sincere attempt today to bring out some of the learnings that I have had over this last 10 years as part of this role. I'll just begin with a little bit context to my presentation. Here is a quick snapshot of key trends predicted by Gartner in terms of the technology, key technology trends in 2024 and 25. And we can see that more than 25% of public sector enterprises and government agencies will come up with an RFP which will talk about a platform that they can leverage for the entire enterprise. Similarly, we see a lot of upsurge in the hyper automation. More than 75% of agencies are going to have not one, not two, but three and more than three initiatives running parallel together. Another key trend that they predict is legacy modernization, very relevant for the PSU, all the PSU people sitting here. I'll talk more about it. And then last but not the least, in simple terms, how can you leverage, more and more agencies would like to leverage the new and cutting edge technologies like artificial intelligence and machine. Now here is where we want to go, where all the PSU, as a PSU, what is our ultimate goal? So there is a assessment framework that we have used to help our customer assess where they are in terms of their digital maturity. And I'm making a broad statement basis my understanding. I may be wrong for some very advanced system who have implemented very advanced system already. But broadly speaking, a lot of PSUs today are somewhere between effective and transformative stage, which means that they have done a heavy lifting and hard work of implementing large complex systems like ERP, vendor portal, CRMs, and some of them are homegrown systems. They have invested a lot of time, energy, and effort in making those initiatives successful, rolling it out across enterprises, and making sure that they are used and being leveraged up to the highest level. Now, what we see when these systems are connected together, and although those predictions which I just talked about in earlier slide, like leveraging a platform, hyper automation, legacy modernization, cloud adoption, and few other things will become very relevant to take them from isolated silos of applications running to a well integrated, homogeneous, glued together connected enterprise where people, processes, things and systems are well connected together, talking seamless to each other across geographies, across business. So this was where we want to go as an organization. And this is a very important slide, possibly the most important slide of my presentation. What is that we need to do to reach? So it's a very interesting framework that we use in terms of what is that we need to do to lead or what our customers can do to really lead the digital initiatives. First block talks about the customer delight, customer experience. Second block talks about operational excellence, and third block talks about innovation. So first block really is basically outside in, where there are a lot of initiatives around experience portal. So we see that the initiatives are being taken where customers can, and when I say customer, I include vendors and employees too, because experience is equally relevant for everyone. So here in terms of experience, a very rich experience which is personalized for their communication with the organization, which is seamless across devices. If they are coming and using a browser to come to your portal, if they are using a mobile app which is connecting them to your system, or anytime, anywhere. Then another important things in this block are like, how are you using the cutting edge technologies, which we will talk more in subsequent slides, like AI ML, to really make the experience personal to the customer. And when they are coming onto your portal, how are you making sure that their entire touch point with all their touch point and entire experience throughout the system is very smooth and very personal? How are we making sure that our internal IT systems, business process automation, and all other good stuff that we keep talking about are working together to making sure that our customers and all the relevant key stakeholders take, like instant outcome. So a lot of processes which are stayed through, which are directly getting done using rules, automation, and they get a fantastic experience when they come on to any digital channel which they would like to interact with the organization. And what do you get as if you have done excellent in this block? It helps you to drive your top line, it helps you to retain your customer, and it also gives a very good experience to your own employee and your vendors. The middle block that you see here is about operational excellence, and even the earlier presenter spoke about it, that this is possibly one of the most important thing for all the PSUs in India, where we talk about not doing the process automation in silos, but doing it across the enterprise. I'll touch upon few case studies where what we have done in terms of automation for our customers across the length and breadth of organization, including their manufacturing line of businesses, as well as to their marketing, HR, and other office. The second important thing listed out here is digital workplace. We heard few eminent speakers speaking about it in the afternoon. This is about paperless office, e-office, and there are several stories during the pandemic. Some of them are anecdotal in nature, but people were really afraid of touching paper. And paperless office was basically, need of the hour. And I can very proudly share with you that, our customers who were using our paperless office, the system has become the lifeline of their business operations. And they were able to continue with their business operations by enabling all their users to work from remote locations or from their home. And because we are an Indian company and we would like to work more and more with government and public sector enterprises, we took exception approvals to help, even to an extent that we upgraded licenses for our customers to be able to use the system from their home, and also upgraded the security infrastructure like SSL, digital signature, and implemented them on a very short notice so that their entire operations can run safely from remote location. Other important stuff here in the operational excellence bucket is how do you connect all the other systems. So this is very typical to Indian PSUs, because we are a very large country and all the PSUs are present across the country, and they have offices at several other locations. So it is not only because they have isolated systems, their processes are broken. It is also because they have multiple geographies to operate from. So these two important data points, like multiple geographies as well as having separate systems running like ERP or CRM or vendor portal, the processes are like broken, not very smooth when it comes to handoff of process from one business system to another business system. So the important aspect of achieving operational excellence is that how do you use low code, no code platform or any automation platform to cleanly integrate all these subsystems and give a very smooth and no jerk kind of experience to your employee and your customer. Finally, you get a dashboard. All key stakeholders can have their dashboards where they can monitor real time, have the visibility of how their processes are doing. They can monitor operations, and the system sets them up for continuous improvement because they can measure the performance of their processes. They can really foresee and take predictive precautions and bring about excellence in operation. Also, it will help them to achieve regulatory compliances and also, run their operation profitability, which is where they can drive the bottom line of their operation. The third block is possibly the toughest block in terms of execution, especially for Indian PSUs. One, they are public sector organizations. They are governed by many rules and constraints. Two, for any large companies, even if they are private organizations, this block is very difficult to implement. And this is where we talk about, can you come up with a new business model? Can you do something which is very disruptive in nature? And how do you use all the cutting edge technologies like AI, ML, blockchain, RPA, put them together on a process automation platform and do the experiments really fast? So come up with composable apps within weeks, experiment them, roll it out to your users. End users may be employee or it can be a direct customer facing application. Even if you fail fast, learn from it and move on very quickly. How do you implement technologies to really leverage the data which has been generated over the years, learn from it, do some predictive analytics and do also some prescriptive analytics and help your users to take right decision very quickly. And what it does is that it really sets you apart from your competition. It gives you that competitive advantage. It also gives you agility to do quick and rapid experiment. And it also empowers fusion teams. So I think one of the speakers in a roundtable event spoke about it, that how can the IT empower business and how can you create a fusion team which is a combination of IT plus business, use the right set of tools and really do the things very, very fast. So this was basically where we want to go, and this is that how can we go there? So this slide is just a summary slide where I'm just touching upon the key technologies which are essential for doing digital transformation, like process discovery, enterprise content management, low-code platform, process automation platform, business rule, artificial intelligence, machine learning, RPA. And the goal is really to create a connected enterprise where people, processes, things, and systems are all connected together and working in tandem for delivering outcome. Obviously, Newgen One is the platform that brings everything together and sets up a clean integrated platform which is a combination of three core capabilities: enterprise content management, business process management, which is a low-code automation platform, and output management system, which is where you generate communication with your customer. And all this put together gives you the digital transformation that I spoke about in my last slide, where you can achieve customer delight, operational excellence, and innovation using all these core capabilities. I'm just near to the closure of my presentation, but this is what I felt necessary just to put everything together and give you a summary view in terms of how a PSU can leverage all this and what are the focus areas they can look upon. So there are a lot of departmental processes that you may want to implement low-code, no-code platform to automate them, cutting across finance, HR, marketing, procure to pay. There is a typical approval process that takes place in all PSUs, which is where e-Disha, e-office, paperless office is being talked about. You have administrative approvals and principal approval, budgetary approval, so on and so forth. And then there are LOB specific processes, engineering drawing, project, retail, loop. We are there at booth number 5 outside the hall, and we have this blueprint for all the different segments of PSUs, and we can take you, explain you it in more detail. Just very quickly, very proud to share with you the kind of work that we have done. A Fortune 500 oil and gas company in India is using our system across the enterprise. We are very proud to. I am very proud to share with you that we have implemented world's largest content management platform for an Indian public sector insurance company. A defense organization is using us across their 57 locations. It's a defense PSUs, and they are driving a lot of benefit from the system that I spoke in my earlier slides. We are an Indian company. I'm not saying make in India. I'm saying we are an Indian company headquartered in India, listed in BSE, NSE. We are in operation for more than 30 years. We are a real example of Atmanirbhar Bharat, and we are exporting our technology to all the countries globally. And even my public sector practice is also cutting across the globe. We have customers in North America, Singapore, Australia, UK, everywhere. We invest a lot in R&D. Very rare. India is full of success stories of service organizations. Very rare in the sense that we are a true product company with IPR being developed out of India. And we have received a lot of accolades. We are there in the Visionary Magic Quadrant of Gartner in Enterprise Content Management MQ. In Forrester, we are a strong performer. We are also there in the low-code development platform, both in Gartner as well as in Forrester. I think this is what I could cover. I hope I have added value to your time. We are there outside, available for any question. Thank you so much.